We're going to talk about garden plan today. I don't know who's going to join, but here's what I wanted to talk about. When we talk about the difference, when we talk about garden planning, we want to be a little bit strategic. We want to think about the land, what we're going to plant and where. It allows us to have a more productive garden and one that produces more for us, maybe makes it easier for us. So it's important to really plan out your space accordingly. One of your top considerations is going to be sun. How does the sun hit the land? Is it for instance, if I talk about my front lawn, it is south facing. So all year round, it gets really great sun. From winter time even, it gets the best sun, and all the way through summer. My backyard in comparison though, only because it's north facing, it really only gets 6 hours of day, 6 hours during the day in summertime, and then in the wintertime, even less than that. So it's important to really think about the sun a particular section gets and how you would plant plants accordingly. When we talk about direct sun, you need to be able to measure what time does the sun hit that piece of land and what time does it leave it, or hit that piece of area that you want to plant in. So if it's from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., then that means there's 7 hours of sun. And in that space, you'll be able to plant larger fruits and vegetables, larger fruits and vegetables. Next thing you'll want to think about is your zone. So how often does your zone get plants that are warm enough that are going to survive in your zone? Hi, thank you for joining me. Plants, your zone, is it a very warm growing zone, meaning it's a long season and you'll be able to harvest all throughout the season, or is it a short growing season and so you don't have as much time or to grow stuff in? You'll of course want to pick your plants accordingly. And then next, what are your goals for your garden? Is it to have a food garden where you, hi, where you grow lots of food, or is it one where you want to grow a lot of flowers? Hi, Lamoli. Hi, thanks for saying hi, guys. You made me crave. Yeah, I'm not featuring Bulldog today, but hello. I saw you at the, really? I don't know about that. I'm like a mom now. I'm at home a lot, but, and I enjoy cooking a lot of food. I enjoy gardening. I don't go out as much as I used to. Thank you guys for joining and saying hi. Yeah, if you have any questions, I enjoy food gardening or gardening in general, growing my own food. I also happen to be a mom and enjoying preparing garden to table foods. And yes, to me, you're a chef guest. Oh, nice. Okay. Hello. No. Nice. Oh, okay. Hi. You like gardens? Okay, yeah. So if you guys have any specific questions, I'm glad. Hello. Hi, Wickshire. Thank you for dropping by and saying hi. Yeah, so definitely mom life here, but really I'm focused on food and how we can use those foods in our food preparation. I also just enjoy good food in general. I do have some expertise in the Asian department only because I do happen to be Asian, specifically Taiwanese. And thank you for saying hi. Newbie here. Okay, yeah, Wickshire. Thank you. Any tips for small space gardens? Yeah, vertical growing is going to be your key. I was kind of talking about, so one of the first things that I was saying is you want to maximize your garden space. When it comes to small gardens, you need to really be thinking about, even more strategically than a farmer, because you have less area to work with, right? How the sun is in your small area. And when I say sun, I mean direct hours of sun. You should be able to track from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. you have, okay, that's 7 hours of sun, and be able to plan your plants accordingly. It's really important because whenever you look at those seed packets, it'll ask you, you have 3 wives, nice. So yes, identify how much sun you have. That's gonna be your next biggest thing. And then growing vertically. So maximizing using trellises to allow your plants to better reach the sun. Those are gonna be some of your key tips for small space gardens. Wickshire, yep, we're wanting more cattle panels. Love them and have the room in the backyard for them, yeah. So costly here. Okay, Yeah, it's a little bit more affordable in my area, maybe because I'm in a more urban area, so it's not as. But I think at the end of the day, it's probably more affordable than some of those ready-to-made trellises that you might find elsewhere. So cattle panels are still great use. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, small spaces, like I said, identify how much direct sun you're getting, build vertically so you can allow your plants to reach the sun. It's essentially allowing them to get more sun than they normally would be if they're just kind of at ground level, because the sun will, of course, hit from farther up than it will be further down. And then, of course, your growing zone, what your growing zone is. So, Inanna, what growing zone are you in, for instance? Or I don't even mean that. Are you in the north part of the US or the southern part of the US? Not sure of that because oh no, there's a lot of okay, wait. Let's play nice in here. Sajal, do you have any food gardening questions or just general foodie questions for me? Oh no. Oh yeah, let's play nice in here. Let's not. Hello, El Cubano. Thank you for saying hi. Or thank you for dropping in. I'm into food gardening as well as any cooking as well. I also happen to be a mom, and I also enjoy just nature in general. So if you guys have any questions or topics about getting outside, those are right up my alley. Yep. Yes, I am a mother. I had 2 kids. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, if you have any questions about, I don't know, curious about what it's like having a family, I don't. I'm sure they're tired of your big. Oh, okay. You guys are playing nice, right? Favorite dish. Okay, I've actually done a video, I'm gonna publish it soon, but dumplings are a favorite dish of mine, specifically the pan-fried dumplings, because they're crispy at the bottom, and then when you bite into them, they're super juicy. It also happens to be a family tradition of ours. Growing up, I had always helped wrap dumplings and now teaching the young ones to do so too. What are some of the, if you guys have any family tradition dishes, let me know what they are. I'd be curious to know. Are there any dishes that you guys have been passing down from generation to generation? That kind of knowledge is I don't know, tribal. It's unique to a specific family, specific cultures even. Saja, no, they are. I'm not. So Sajal, for instance, what are some of the key dishes that are important for you that you may have been eating all your life and now want to learn to cook or know how to cook? Anyway, so I was saying dumpling. Thank you for the questions. Dumplings are my favorite dish. Oh, okay. I appreciate the chatting here, but let's keep it friendly. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to moderate, and I'm not even sure what that means. Like I'm held responsible in some instances for the discussions in here. Thank you. Yeah, and if it becomes disrespectful, I think I get penalized. So let's keep it polite, please. Thank you. Okay, yeah, so what I was saying was food gardening. No worries. Sajal, so is there anything about food gardening that we can talk about, or food in general? Like, what is your favorite food? What are some of your favorite dishes? I'd love to talk about that. And yeah. Let's be nice. Let's be nice, guys. Thank you, AJ. I appreciate your thoughtfulness and being respectful. So, gardening here, what I was going to share with you guys was I have a front lawn garden, as you guys may know, and one of my biggest motivations to growing out there is being out in the sun. We get really great sun out there, and when you get really great sun, that means you get to grow really big fruits and vegetables like pumpkins and big tomatoes. They grow really well because they need a lot of sun, a lot of energy, a lot of resources to grow. And without it, oh, you like rice? Rice is always a good one, and easy to cook, right? You can just put it in a rice cooker, or you can cook it on the stovetop. Excuse me if I mispronounce it, but what is your favorite way to cook it? Is it steamed in the rice cooker, or will you cook it on stovetop? I don't know how to grow rice yet, but I also think rice requires a lot of water, which in Texas we don't have a lot of. So that is an example of a plant that I would not grow in my area. That kind of goes back to zone when it comes to gardening. You want to make sure that you have plants that are suitable for your zone, that considers the water, the food, I'm sorry, the water, the sunlight conditions of your area, and general weather. Like, does it freeze? If it goes to freezing, rice doesn't grow well. It's tropical, right? So yeah, so the rice I would not be growing in my area. Not to mention, yeah, I think you need a lot of land for it. Sajal, yeah, you boil it and eat it with gravy. Oh, yummy. Yeah, delicious. What about vegetables? What vegetables do you like to put with the gravy and rice? That sounds delicious. Let's see, some of the things that I was growing, for instance, were, I had a little bit of corn this year. Next year, I'm gonna plant more of them. The thing about corn is you have to plant a lot of them, so they'll cross-pollinate. You can't just have one corn. It doesn't grow very well with just one corn. Wickshire, hi. Oh, these are some of your favorite dishes? Okay, yeah. Chicken thigh, potato, green beans, condensed mushroom soup, and a lot of butter. Hearty, yes, yes. Phil, yes, yes. You know, I am all about healthy comfort foods. It's okay if it has a lot of butter. It's okay if it's fatty. At the end of the day, it provides the calories that we need to keep ourselves warm in the summer months. Yeah, I think healthy to me doesn't necessarily mean low fat or low or low sugar even. It's as long as it's incorporates fruits and vegetables. So when I say healthy, for me, it's fruits and vegetables in the diet. Sajal, lettuce and cabbage and sometimes carrots. Oh, good. You guys are good varied eaters. Yeah, I can't even see who's in here, but I appreciate you guys chatting with me. So I can see who's in here. I appreciate that. Yeah. Wickshire, yep. I was originally had planned to talk about garden planting, but we can also talk about whatever is going on in the chat. Lettuce and cabbage, sometimes carrots. It's all nice. Make it healthy. Wickshire, you're saying make it healthy, use real butter versus processed oils. Okay, yeah. Yeah, if you can do that. I'm sure you could, Wickshire, or you will be soon. I will probably be buying butter for the rest of my life, at least while I'm living in this urban area and can't afford to make my own, or have cows and harvest milk and whatnot. Beautiful people that, hi, Sajal, what's your favorite protein? Oh, nice. Favorite protein? Sajal, beautiful people net is asking you what your favorite protein is. Is it a chicken? I don't want to say pork because I feel like pork is more sensitive to some cultures I know. So I'm going to start with chicken. Yeah, so for me, healthy, as long as it's got fruits and vegetables in it, good. It's okay if it has butter, if it has a lot of oil, if it's fried even, all perfectly okay. As long as I feel like we're eating fruits and vegetables, I think it makes for a healthy meal. His favorite, oh, Kevin, you're answering his favorite protein is goat. Okay. Are you guys good buddies? Nice. Protein, I eat boiled and grilled because fried. Okay, yeah, yeah. I like that, Sajal. I know, fried is not healthy, but you know what? It is so good. That crispy, I mean, who doesn't love crispy food? Tell me, who doesn't love crispy food? Which of you guys do not like crispy food? Nobody, right? Wickshire, you're saying, we sneak you in a mini cow and butter churner. Don't tell the HOA. Yeah, I don't know how I would hide that. A mini cow would be super cute though, super cute. I'm gonna start with chickens first in the fall. Sajal, sometimes like a cheat food. Yeah, I believe in intuitive eating, right? It's like you eat what you want to eat. Don't abstain or don't refrain from it just because it's unhealthy. Like we eat what we want to eat, and it's okay as long as you aren't eating excessively over a multiple extended period, because then it just becomes a lot of work on your body to work off those calories. Yes, Wickshire, right? Crispy chicken skin. Like who doesn't love that? Unless you're a vegetarian, I could see that. But even vegetarian, you could take vegetables and you can tempura it up, right? And fry it and you get that crisp. And it's still vegetarian. Who doesn't love crispy food? Okay, honestly, like who doesn't love crispy food? Nobody, right? It's okay. It's okay to have crispy food every now and then. Yeah, crispy food every now and then is delicious. What's your favorite? What's my favorite plant? I'm gonna answer that with a food plant. I would say right now, it'd probably be asparagus. I've only harvested a few spears or whatnot, but asparagus is pretty cool. It's a perennial, so it comes back every year. And when you eat it fresh versus in the store, I feel like it's so much better. You know how they talk about asparagus leaving your pee smelling? I feel like the fresh asparagus doesn't do that. Maybe I'm delusional. Again, I'm only a first year asparagus grower, but I do feel having fresh asparagus is different than store-bought. Let's see what you guys said. Tempura, yeah, Wickshire, you're saying tempura. Nice, I missed that. We got that at fairs only up north. And you know what, Wickshire, you can make the tempura yourself. You could just do a flour batter. I think the tempura batter does include a little bit of flour and a little bit of rice flour to give it that more of a texture. But you could just use a flour batter and it would be the same thing. It's like an American batter, really. I think the only difference is that they just use rice flour, but you could achieve a similar texture with just a flour batter. Nice. Wickshire, yeah, favorite plant you're answering. You're saying one that grows without doing much. Nice. Asparagus, berries, dwarf fruit trees. Yes. Anything that's low maintenance and effortless. Fruit trees are great for that, right? Because you literally grow it, and the only thing you really want to do is probably prune it and keep it small. You want it to let it have a good amount of leaves, but not so many that it shades out developing fruit. So keep your fruit tree small. And yeah, every year you're harvesting. It's beautiful. Not as much as work as seed starting every season. So yes, fruit trees are definitely part of that. I definitely also agree with a lot of permaculture concepts that Wickshire is referencing here. Permaculture essentially refers to creating a more permanent food culture where you don't have to be constantly starting with each season a bunch of seeds and then waiting for those to die, collecting the seeds and restarting. Permaculture means allowing your existing fruits and plants to grow and produce for you without having to do a lot of seed starting. So yes, so that's really important. Wow. Sajal, what were you saying? Wow to? Oh no, you want the Asian recipe for tempura. Americans over salt and sugar everything. Yeah. The tempura, I never add sugar to that. I'll only put salt and white pepper. But you can just tweak that yourself. You just don't add the salt or the sugar. That's easy to tweak. If you know how to cook, you know how to change up a recipe and make it work for you and your family or your own taste buds. The Wickshire part, are you British, right? Yeah, Wickshire, are you of Australian descent? That's what I was gonna guess. I actually thought you were in Australia until I started looking at your videos and realized you actually live in Tennessee. Because you have a lovely international accent. You know what, Kevin, I bet you're saying that because he cited some of those more traditional British dishes. Because Wickshire was saying the New England chicken thigh, potato. Okay, lots of butter. Nice. Scottish American. That's right. That's right. That's right. So Sajal, what's your favorite food? I know you had mentioned rice, gravy. Others, what about the rest of you guys? What would you say your favorite food would be? I cited dumplings, pan-fried dumplings, only because it's a tradition in my family. I am Asian American, so born in Texas, but my parents are Taiwanese immigrants. And so I cited pan-fried dumplings. I also love them because they're crispy. And then we were also talking about favorite plants. So if you want to chime in with any of yours, feel free to. I was saying my favorite plant was asparagus, only because it's a perennial. It comes back every year. You don't have to replant seeds. It can grow up for 30 years, and you can have multiple harvests during the growing season. As soon as it rains or as soon as you water it really well, it just produces little shoots and you harvest them. Kevin, British food is typically bland, so it's a problem why it seems oversalted and sugared. Okay. Problem. Let's see. Oh, not as is typically, so it's not a problem for oversalting. Yeah. Hands down, I can eat cheesecake for dessert daily. Oh, yummy. Hello. Oh, hi. Welcome from New York. I'm in North Texas. Thank you for joining me. We were originally talking a little about garden planting, but now we're just talking about foods that we enjoy in general. JR, are you growing in, do you have your own garden up there in the Catskill Mountains? I feel like what I know about Catskill is people like to go out there to vacation in cabins. Might be off-grading a little there. Manzanita, hi, welcome, hi. Thank you for dropping by and saying hi. Um, I'm into gardening, food gardening in particular. I'm also a mom, so I'm raising my kids on how to garden. I think it's an important topic that should be taught in schools, but wasn't. I personally didn't learn gardening until I was a grown adult, and actually have only been a fourth-year gardener now. So I'm excited to share some of the things that I know with the internet and also learn increasingly more from my audience. Wickshire, yep, Tennessee, oh, Boston, very nice. Awesome. If you guys want to chime in with your location, I also just enjoy nature in general. So yeah, that's why I'm familiar with the Catskill Mountains. I always see people going to cabin vacation out there in the summertime, specifically all the New Yorkers who go out to Catskill Mountain to go hiking. JR, you love having a garden. My dad, oh, that is lovely. Okay, so you've been gardening for quite a while then, because you started as a kid. That's awesome. So what is it like now? Like, you must be like a professional gardener. Like, what are your favorite things to grow? Are you, have you adopted some of the permaculture gardening things? Jess, I hate Scottish food. Oh no, Jessie, that's okay, yeah. Louis is in yep. We're always partial to where we grew up, maybe what we grew up eating, and other influences. I respect that. Respect. Jesse, I'll be asking you about, you know what? I enjoy really good gumbo, actually. I don't have any okra yet, but I like taking okra that I grow and making a gumbo out of it. I finally learned how to do a roux from flour and butter to flavor the gumbo first. I finally learned that 2 years ago. JR, it's challenging, but my specialty is hot peppers. They grow really well. Oh, perfect. Do you mean it's challenging because of the short season, maybe? Especially, I mean, it's not too bad in New York. It is colder. Wickshire says, I've been to 60% of the states, just too big to see it all, yeah. Never made it over to the West Coast. You never made it over to the West Coast? No way. Okay. Hit the Rocky Mountains and stopped. Nice. Central and bulk off of the East Coast states I've seen. Nice. Not a huge fan of the desert states. I know, right? But so that means you've never been to Vegas even? I think Vegas is actually pretty amazing, right? They took a bunch of desert land and they built this whole city out of it. And now people all over the world come to Vegas to see the shows, the entertainment. I mean, I don't even know how they got all that water. I think they're pulling it from elsewhere. But yeah. Yes. Very cool. He's saying he don't like Mexicans. Well, not all of Mexico is desert. I don't think that's quite what he's saying. I've been to Mexico. You got the beaches too. You got mountains there. You got the cenotes, right? The cave pools. There's a lot of stuff. The wildlife makes, oh, yes, because you're so wild out there up in the Catskills, the wildlife, yeah, and the bugs. I don't use pesticides. Yes, to police a lot of plants. I'm the same way too. I feel like gardening, to really take advantage of it, you really have to be, it makes the most sense to organically garden. And yes, it is more troublesome. What I find works for me is using physical barriers. So like those strawberry clamshells, we enjoy eating fruit at our house. We eat a lot of it. Those strawberry clamshells I will save and I'll protect all those little figs. It's a lot of work, but it's like the only way I'd be able to keep the urban mice off of my figs, off of my cantaloupes too. I use those same clamshells. I'll put two of them together and encase my smaller cantaloupes. It is very tricky. I have the same problem as you in an urban area because the mice are abundant here. I mean, the birds will occasionally snack, but really the mice are the bigger problem. So every night before going to bed, I'm like covering everything in these strawberry plastic containers. I have had mice chew through before, and you'll see it because they'll be chew marks, but that's when I guess they're really desperate, because chewing through those plastic containers is a lot of work. Okay, Rickshaw, you're saying, I live in a cool temperate climate. Yes, you do. Most of my life with many months of snow and cold. Very used to it. Yeah, I could see that. So I guess, yeah, you must be used to the shoveling too. There's quite a bit of shoveling, I know. But it's worth it because then you don't have 100-degree temperatures like this and rain and lack of rain for 3 weeks. Jesse, I just got a relative from Jalisco. Oh, so I know. Okay, okay, very cool. Nice. Thank you, Jay, for jumping on and saying hi. Yeah, I'm only gonna hang around for another 3 minutes anyway. Yes, thank you. Thank you for jumping by and saying hi. I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, you gotta, okay, yeah. So I'm gonna hang around for another 3 minutes if we move to south to avoid snow. Oh, okay. I love my 2 months of semi-chilled weather here in Tennessee. Okay, that's right. I think I forgot that. Okay, so Tennessee doesn't get that much snow then. Okay, I think I didn't realize it. Very cool. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for joining. We were just talking about anything nature related, gardening related, as well as, yeah, any one of those. Feel free to chime in. I'm going to hang around for another 2 minutes. Let's see, what was I going to share? I originally was talking about gardening, and I was just going to share that this was a little lovely. I was just going to say, if you are interested in gardening, sun is a really important factor. So understand how the sun hits your area. Understand the zone that you're in. So specifically, if it's a long growing season like it is in Texas, because we're further south, or if it's a short growing season like it is in the north, you would pick your plants differently. In the north, you would want more freezing temperature withstanding plants, especially if they need to overwinter. And then in the south, you don't have to worry about that as much. And then what are your goals, right? Are you into food gardening specifically? Do you want to garden for food, or is it just flowers, or is it a mix of both? I'm a mix of both. And then you want to pick your plants accordingly based on those needs, and then go ahead and prep the area, and then ultimately plant it and see how it does. If a particular plant doesn't, or a tree doesn't do well in an area, you can transplant it. It just depends on the size of it. It may take more effort or less effort. But yeah. Anything else to chat about before I wrap in another minute? Thank you guys for joining. Appreciate this. Has been fun as always. Wickshire, moving from garden to mini farm soon. Yes, yeah, I'm really excited for you guys. I personally do also hope to have chickens sometime in the next year. I just have to clean out an appropriate space. I'm in an urban area, so I've started growing in my front lawn, and it's done really well because I get really great sun out there. So I think I'm gonna start clearing out my backyard to make space for chickens. Specifically, I want blue egg-laying chickens. Yeah, when you have very limited space, you gotta be choosy about what you grow or what chickens you have. So that's what I plan to do. Chickens are the best garden friends. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to join that journey. Meat, eggs, manure until the land. Yeah, compost. Yes, compost from the manure. I'm probably not gonna be eating my chickens. I think the kids will probably get too attached to them as pets for me to do that, and I probably will too. Blue eggs, Easter eggs. Ah, yeah, I can't wait. Okay, everyone take care. Have a great week, and I'll catch you guys on the next live next week. Thank you.